Good morning. Josh's farming moments. Why is it moments? It's moments because I don't get to do farming all the time. We have 250 acres here at home, and then we lease another 200 acres. And the farming operations that we do aren't enough the way that we have our business that it is sustainable for our family to rely just on the farm. It's pretty scary to think that on 450 acres of farming, you still don't have enough. Now, every farming operation is different, and this is just the way that ours is. I'm sure there's people out there that can sustain a family of 25 acres. They're probably quite intensive of what they do. But that's not what we're geared up to do. I have a full-time job. Now, you probably know, a lot of people probably already know that I have a full-time job. I work at Extract Tas Bioscience, or formerly known as Tas Alkaloids. It's a poppy company. My role in that poppy company is as a field officer. As a field officer, I recommend or advise from go to woe, soil preparation, soil testing, fertiliser applications, seeding, general pesticide use, irrigation, all the way through to harvest. So that is my day job. I have a day job and I cannot just farm all the time. That's why it's just moments. We are harvesting. Hi Viz, you don't often see me in that. Wanted to talk about what we actually target for in harvest. As you can see, we're leaving a lot of straw, and we're leaving a lot of these little ones down the bottom. And that we call that scalping, so it's just scalp the top of the capsule. Okay, so the idea behind it is that Extract Tas, the company that I work for, their factory at Westbury relies on having high alkaloids for efficient output of its factory. So to do that, we need to get high alkaloid poppies. And we do that with good plant genetics Good agronomic advice, maybe, questionable at times. It's going to be hard to hear now because of Ian's machine.
2-stroke diesel.
But we leave those bottom ones because we don't want to put more straw into the sample than what we actually have. So what I mean by that is this capsule, not even that little knuckle at the bottom there is all that important, but about 98% of the alkaloid is in that capsule. So if we take too much straw, we then dilute our end result. And the grower is paid dollars per tonne of alkaloid. So the higher the alkaloid, the more they get paid per tonne. So it's like a higher quality thing. So if 98% of it is in that capsule, all we want is the capsule. So we want to minimise how much straw we take.
So what's left here, all these little capsules,
is so insignificant. If we were to try and take all that, just to give you an example, our alkaloid might be 5% at its greatest potential. If we take too much straw, it could drop it as much as 4%. And that's equivalent to about $1,000 per tonne. And we're hoping to get, 2.5, 3 tonne. So it's pretty significant across per hectare. Don't know if I can add really much more, but really less straw equals more is what I think. It was a bit of a campaign a while ago, and I'd rather see some left lower down than taking it all out of the face. It's just not what we're after.
And those machines are very specifically designed for
the type of harvest that we do here. We call it combing. If the crop's combing well, the front's got fingers on it and it will comb the capsules through into the feeder house back. It'll smash them up in the chopper and then put it back in the bin and then unload it into a truck. That in a nutshell is the poppy harvest. Just can't get it through enough to people that we just want the capsules, we don't want straw. If we minimise taking those low ones, even if they might be big ones, it doesn't pay to go after this because the potential is we'll take this much straw. I had a mate tell me the other day, like, how do you like your cordial? Do you like it strong or do you like it weak? And well, most people I know like it strong. And in this case, it's a financial benefit for it to be strong. I guess we could probably have a bit of a summary of this crop. Obviously I'm pretty disappointed down the bottom end. Although it's never grown poppies, the cowcipril probably wasn't given enough time to work. I will soil test that to see how it actually went. So where the paddock is good, it's really good. I'm stoked about this side of it. It's just that in there and the weeds and the not growing really let us down. I don't know, that the thing I could do differently is maybe put that lime on a little bit earlier and maybe try and pack it down a bit more because it was very soft and fluffy. Ideally you'd have the poppies in a very firm seed bed because they're such a small seed. Like, you would have seen them on top of a bun. They're tiny little things. Watering, I think we watered them 5 times. So that's about normal. We had some pretty good rains in the middle of the season and at the end. Oh, not the middle, the end of the season we had some pretty good rains, which helped finish them off. The stream of dust coming out the back is always a good sign too that they're a nice fit crop ready to go. Ideally we want to be harvesting poppies anywhere between, generally get as low as maybe 8% up to about 16 is generally where we want to be harvesting. We can go a little bit more, but for our storage we want it as dry as possible. That makes things a lot easier
the crux of it is poppies are actually really hard to burn. I know sometimes when we're trying to get rid of the stubble, we'll burn it, and that's been my approach for the last few years. But now that we've got these new set of multi-discs, I think I'll just try and incorporate it. For me, the trouble with burning was that it was just a very time consuming, and then also difficult to get a fire permit, because we're burning these stubbles in when fire restrictions exist, which is fine. I get we've got to have those fire restrictions, particularly at the moment because it is quite dry. And if we have the right wind, things will go. But with poppies are not a cereal. They're quite a pithy type of stem to it. So that there is like a soft foam, and it doesn't burn well. It really doesn't burn well. So you got to make these big rows as big as possible, but nice and condensed. So if you make it too big and they're a bit wispy on the edges, they won't burn. And it can be frustrating. It can take you 3 or 4 attempts of raking it all up to get a good burn of all the stubble that's left. I should actually explain the harvester. So the harvester is owned by Ian Elphingston, and they call it a field queen. It was imported, I believe, from America. Essentially, it's got a chopper box similar to a forage harvester that then crushes all the capsules that come through back into the bin. Be about 12 harvesters that Extract has, maybe a few more that Extract has use. That's the crowd. Oh, that's not that crowd. That's Tas alkaloids. Extract has use. So Ian would have been harvesting for about 4. I should have asked him, but I reckon it's about 40 years. He might throw a boot at the screen when he hears this, if I say it's been 40 years and it hasn't. But I'm pretty sure it's been that, if not longer. He absolutely loves it. Loves it. He's real passionate about what he does. He does such a good job. Hopefully he doesn't hit that trough. Woohoo, he's close. Montage, a drone montage of flying around looking at the crop. Hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight to what poppies, well, in particular poppy harvest is about. It's fairly unique. And well, that'll do. Thanks guys for watching.